Hey everyone, and welcome back to Explore Your Dark Side. My name is Stephanie Bosch, and today I have another book recommendation by Barbara Sher. And this book recommendation is It's Only Too Late If You Don't Start Now. How to Create Your Second Life at Any Age. And this book is for people, it's more or less labeled for people who have a midlife crisis, who are in their 40s or older, and who want to figure out how to live a different life or how to spice their life up so it gets more interesting and get a new twist to it. So I'm a bit younger, but I listened to this book anyways. Actually, I only listened to it because it was on my phone, and I don't really know when I downloaded it, but it must have been a few years. And I think because in my mid-20s I already felt really old, and I might have had my midlife crisis already in my 30s. Anyways, different story. So I could relate to lots of the stuff in this book, and Barbara Sher talks about the opportunities in your life and why you should take them on. And she even especially speaks about people who are a bit older, and the reason why is biology. And you might find that now a bit weird, but so having said that, I can relate to loads of the stuff she describes in this book, despite me being younger than that. There is one point where she picks on age actually, in a good sense though. So I mean, she's quite mature. She's quite senior in her knowledge and life experience, etc. So she apparently speaks about her own experiences as well as research, and she talks about one phenomenon that occurs when we get older. So the reason why people can and should actually rethink their life, and if needed and if wanted to start over and have good results with this, is because, well, she argues because of biology. And that is actually quite interesting because she says the first half of your life, it's you do what nature wants you to do. So you have this whole feel pretty kind of vibe. You want to be attractive to potential partners. You want to maybe have kids, and if you don't want to have kids but your body still, has like this whole fight of attractiveness. And then later on, which I find a bit odd because I think loads of like elder people want to be attractive and actually are really attractive. She says it doesn't matter that much anymore because now you can focus on what you really want rather than trying to please everyone. And I don't know if this was because I'm younger or whether, yeah, I think I didn't buy 100% into this because I'd be like, well, there are loads of people in their 80s and 90s or 70s or whatever who are still doing online dating and who, get out there. I mean, have a look at the Playboy guy. His Playboy mention is packed with like young ladies. So I don't know. So for me, this was a bit where I was like, yeah, it kind of like I get what she's saying. Like she says, you don't need to bother anymore because, I mean, at a certain age, you can't become children anymore. But you can then focus on another, like, so I don't know. For me, it just didn't really add on because, I mean, there are younger people who don't want children. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get what she's saying with, if you don't try to be the pretty one all the time and rather do work that matters, fine. I bought into this, but yeah, so this was where she lost me a bit, like, but on a positive note, the whole message around it I found really interesting, and she says that it's only too late if you start now. And in fact, I mean, that's the title, and I think this is a really interesting one because I think so many of us do have this this feeling that we shouldn't or we can't or it's too late. And who says it's too late? I mean, it's only too late if you don't start now. And yes, there have been people in their 20s who, who've achieved more. There are people in their 20s who have already focused on this, and they have, like, by now maybe 30 years of experience in exactly the same area you want to get into. But we all have other experience, and we all have experience in other areas, so why shouldn't we start trying? And I think the really encouraging bit of this book is your experiences matter, your life matters, what you've done matters, who you are matters, your dreams matter, and it's your life. It is your life, so do whatever you want with it. And I think that's a message I can 100% buy into, because yes, do whatever you like with your life. And see, we often fall back onto our feet if things don't play out, and I think most of us are anyways more risk averse, so we have taken control, we have taken measures of it. I mean, for me, for example, but I never wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I ended up being one, and now I am one, so it's fine. But and I mean, I have a master's degree, I have worked in corporates for a long time, more than 10 years. It's more than 10 years, and I've done a bachelor's degree in banking. So I mean, I'm quite good qualified, but still, when I came over and went back to university, I worked part-time in retail, and I kept a retail job. Even when I became an entrepreneur, I worked Saturdays. I sometimes worked Saturdays and Sundays. I had a 7-day week, but guess what? Something paid my bills, and I think we often have this opportunity, but we sometimes don't see it. I mean, but if I would be in Germany, it would be, oh, she has a master's degree and she still works in retail. Ooh, that's not okay. But guess what? My part-time business, or my other business is jewelry sales training. So hell yeah, I should know how to sell jewelry, and I should practice what I preach. So yeah, that's why I still sometimes work like Saturdays. You know what I mean? It's okay, it's your life, you can do whatever the hell you want, and I think this is the really good message about this book. So that's all I have to say about this book. I think if you need a nudge, especially when you think you're too old or too incapable or whatever your limitations might be, if you think this and this is your excuse why you can't start something, get this book. Get this book. Read this book. And even if you're not yet in your midlife crisis, you might have a quarter-life crisis, well, I don't know if I had that, but I certainly had a crisis between my 25th and 30th birthday, so go read that book. I read it like just recently, but I find it still inspiring. It's a nice read. As I said, I'm not 100% agreeing with everything she says, but yeah, it's a good book. I think for everyone who needs to start and needs a bit of encouragement, that's the one for you. I hope to see you soon and look forward to your book recommendations if you want me to read anything or have anything really interesting for me to read. I'm so looking forward to this. I'm always on the lookout for interesting books, and please just leave it in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe and share, and I will see you soon. Take care, bye bye.